There is the break. Ann Lee returns the favor, and remarkably, it's the third consecutive set that is a 2-love lead for one of them. Ann Lee broke to begin in the opening set for 2-love. Obviously, Świątek ran away 4-love in the second, now 2-love in favor lead, but Świątek seems worse for wear. Something's wrong.
Like she's called the trainer. I'm
not sure she's feeling well.
Yeah.
She has looked a little ashen.
She hasn't looked quite right to me.
Yeah, agreed. At times.
Because we're used to seeing that fire, and I know that was part of the strategy to try and be a little bit more calm, but it just felt like sometimes that intensity of footwork isn't as there as we used to, and there's the trainer coming out to court. So hopefully everything's okay.
Yeah, we don't have any understanding of what it could be, but she definitely has looked, her face looked a little bit ashen at times, almost like she's bothered by something physically, not an injury, but maybe something internally.
And we see this a lot, just a conversation to get an assessment for the trainer to understand what's happening.
WTA supervisor Carolyn Kramer joining the proceedings says it's difficult for us to eavesdrop on the conversation between Świątek and the trainer, with physio, mind you. But yeah, off air, while we were between sets and between games, we were commenting that she just seemed a little bit lackluster at times. Obviously put in a lot of industry to get that second set, but looks like they'll check her pulse and see how she feels. So this is a pause in the action. Świątek ailing at the moment.
So, in that regard, it doesn't seem to be anything physical. Now taking her temperature, I meant muscular physical, obviously.
Yeah, as far as an injury or something that way. There was that moment she lost her footing in the opening set, and we wondered if she maybe kind of rolled her ankle a little bit. She doesn't seem any worse for wear because of that. Again, we're not aware of any pre-match, anything wrong with Iga in any regard, but nonetheless, obviously something is bothering her. And for Ann Lee, this is the part where she has to almost start thinking about other things. Don't think about the moment. You're up 2-love on the world number 4.
Well, smart for her to go over and
Świątek, her earliest exit ever at this WTA 1000 event due to illness. Just cannot compete any longer, but you have to give credit where it's due. You feel for Świątek, but you feel oh so good for Ann Lee.
Yeah. And this is always a difficult moment for such a competitor who could be getting a little bit emotional as she walks off. You never want to have to get to the stage where you want to retire. No athlete wants to have to call it quits, but obviously not feeling well enough to continue. And respect for
Well, our beloved Polish queen, Iga Świątek, very unexpectedly retiring from this one. Is this Iga's first retirement of her career?
Madrid Open drama, post-match chaos, emotions, upsets, and tennis talk. The Madrid Open continues to deliver high-intensity tennis, emotional moments, and unexpected twists that keep fans glued to every match. What unfolded during this post-match discussion was not just analysis. It became a deep dive into player conditions, shocking exits, tournament implications, and the unpredictable nature of elite tennis. From sudden retirements to rising stars advancing, and from injury concerns to championship predictions, this event is shaping up to be one of the most dramatic editions of the WTA. 1000 Madrid Tournament. A match that ended unexpectedly. One of the biggest talking points was the abrupt and unexpected ending of a match involving top-level players. The atmosphere shifted quickly as viewers and commentators realized something was not right on court. A player who was expected to compete strongly suddenly struggled physically, leading to concerns about her condition. Observers noticed changes in movement, energy levels, and overall intensity, something unusual for a competitor known for her power, discipline, and fighting spirit. At one point, it became clear that the situation was serious enough to require medical attention. The trainer was called onto the court, signaling that this was no ordinary pause in play. It was a moment of concern, not just for the match, but for the athlete's well-being. The atmosphere turned quiet and serious as fans, commentators, and officials waited for updates. Checks included basic physical assessments, such as pulse monitoring and general health observation. The goal was to determine whether the issue was fatigue, illness, or something more physically limiting. Although there was no immediate confirmation of a severe injury, the player's appearance suggested discomfort. Observers noted that she did not look like her usual self, often described as intense, focused, and physically dominant. Instead, she appeared visibly drained, which raised concerns among fans and analysts alike. Emotional moment. Retirement from match. Eventually, the situation reached a conclusion no one wanted to see. The match ended in a retirement. This outcome immediately changed the entire narrative of the tournament. A player who was expected to possibly face top contenders later in the draw was suddenly out of the competition. The retirement meant an automatic progression for her opponent, marking one of the most unexpected results of the tournament so far. For fans, it was a mix of emotions: sadness for the athlete who had to withdraw, and acknowledgement of the opponent's advancement. Tennis. Impact on the tournament draw. With this result, the tournament landscape shifted significantly. Several major names remain in contention, making the Madrid Open still one of the strongest WTA events of the season. Players still in the draw include top-ranked competitors who continue to dominate women's tennis. Among them are leading champions still chasing titles, rising stars looking to make a breakthrough, experienced players aiming for consistency, dark horses capable of shocking the field. The absence of a major contender changes the dynamics of potential matchups, especially in the later stages of the competition. Anticipation for future matches. Attention quickly shifted to upcoming matches, with fans already analyzing possible clashes between top-ranked players. One of the most anticipated discussions is the potential encounter between elite competitors who have dominated the WTA Tour in recent seasons. These matchups are expected to bring high-intensity rallies, tactical battles, and championship-level pressure. Another exciting fixture involves players returning from injury or long breaks, making their performance uncertain but highly interesting to watch. The Madrid clay surface continues to test endurance, strategy, and adaptability, making every match unpredictable. Global tennis context. The discussion also broadened to the overall tennis season. The women's tour has been highly competitive this year, with multiple champions across different tournaments. However, one player stands out for her consistency and dominance. The reigning world number one has had an extraordinary run, losing very few matches since the beginning of the season. Her performance has set a new benchmark for excellence on tour. However, even dominant players face challenges, especially on clay courts, where conditions can shift quickly due to weather, altitude, and surface behavior. Strategy, training, and player development. Another key topic was player development and preparation. Top athletes are constantly evolving their games, working on technique, physical conditioning, and mental resilience. Some players have recently worked with legendary figures in tennis for guidance and mentorship. These training sessions often focus on footwork improvement, shot selection under pressure, mental toughness in long rallies, injury prevention strategies, adaptation to clay court movement. Such improvements are essential, especially during demanding tournaments like Madrid. emotional side of professional tennis. Beyond rankings and results, the emotional toll of professional tennis was clearly visible in this discussion. When a player is forced to retire or withdraw, unexpectedly, it affects not only their career momentum, but also their mental state. No athlete wants to leave a match in that way, especially during a major tournament. Emotions often run high in these situations. Disappointment, frustration, physical exhaustion, mental pressure, uncertainty about recovery. These moments remind fans that behind every athlete is a human being dealing with intense physical and emotional demands. Tournament outlook. Despite the unexpected retirement, the Madrid Open remains packed with excitement. Key storylines moving forward include: can top seeds maintain dominance? Will rising stars cause major upsets? How will returning players perform under pressure? Who will adapt best to clay conditions? As the tournament progresses, every round becomes more critical, and every match carries greater weight. Final thoughts. The Madrid Open continues to prove why it is one of the most exciting stops on the tennis calendar. Drama, unpredictability, and world-class performances define every session. While the retirement was a disappointing moment for fans, it has opened the door for new storylines, unexpected breakthroughs, and thrilling matchups ahead. With top players still in the draw and major clashes on the horizon, the tournament is far from predictable, and that's exactly what makes it special. Conclusion. In tennis, anything can happen in a single match. Momentum shifts quickly, fitness plays a crucial role, and even the strongest players can face unexpected setbacks. The Madrid Open has once again reminded fans of the sport's intensity, unpredictability, and emotional depth. As the tournament continues, all eyes will be on the remaining stars to see who rises, who falls, and who ultimately claims glory on the clay courts of Madrid.